Welcome back again. This is the second fragrance review that I have for the day, and this is on the fragrance called Bakhoor. This fragrance right here, I would probably say leans more towards the line of a lady's fragrance, just because it's very floral. It's a Arabian style fragrance. Okay. It's just a real classic smell that a lot of the ladies love. It's sweet. It really kind of reminds me, the floral notes in this fragrance are floral notes that I would not say probably grow stateside. Like the flowers in this fragrance, really it smells like an imported flower. But this one, the ladies love it. But I do have a story about this that's kind of funny, actually. This fragrance right here, the Bakhoor, I actually knew one guy who had some, and he didn't know that it was, mostly known as a lady's fragrance. And he was kind of like, bragging about it. I won't say bragging, but when you get something new, you're proud of that fragrance. You want other people to try it. You're going around swiping people's wrists and stuff like that. That's kind of what he was doing with the Bakhoor, and he loved this fragrance. And I didn't really want to burst his bubble and say, hey man, like that's like, people know that to be like, that's mostly like worn by women. So I just left him alone because, hey, whatever works for you, But this one, it is a must-have fragrance. I highly recommend this fragrance. This is not an import. This is a domestic fragrance, but I had a vendor who he would not buy this fragrance, and I'm going to tell you why. The reason why he wouldn't buy it is because he only deals with domestic fragrances. And when I told him and I gave him a sample of this fragrance, he thought it was an imported fragrance. And so he assumed that because it was that he thought it was imported, that his cost of it was going to be higher than what he was used to paying for a domestic. I told him, dude, this is not an import, it's a domestic. And his eyebrows went up. He said, really? He's like, dude, well, he actually cut some of his, some of the order off. Like, he had placed an order, he cut some of his order out so he could make room for the Bakhoor. And so he picked up the Bakhoor, and the guy, he loves the fragrance. It's a very sweet floral fragrance. If you're into the sweet floral fragrances, this is it right here. It's not obnoxious. It doesn't have that like, annoying, cheap flower smell. It really has some expensive floral notes in there, and that's what I love about this fragrance. But at the same time, it's not expensive. It's not an expensive fragrance, and it makes a great everyday wear for the ladies. So this one is going wholesale. This is on one of my top list fragrances. This is going wholesale by the pound, the 8 ounce, 4 ounce, 1 ounce, and then after that it's going to be the smaller bottles for those that they're not really into wholesale. So take advantage of this Arabian style fragrance. This is the Bakhoor. It's not an import, it's domestic, but the strength of it is like import strength. So check it out when you get a chance. Give me a thumbs up on this video, subscribe to my newsletter, and share this video with others as well, and tell them to subscribe to Extravagant Fragrances as well. Take care and have a good one.